Afternoon, students. Today's topic is to self management skills. So all of you know about it is a very important topic because when you want to become success in your life, then important point is to manage a self, or how to manage the person with their feelings, emotions, and the attitude. So let us see what is this unit. So in an organization or in any workplace, people work according to their certain rules and regulation. Self management skill is one of the best management practices for those people who have decided to become more productive employees. So let us consider following cases. You are a class teacher or subject teacher. How he or she manages a class, co-workers, school management. Then an employee, how he she manages timelines, decision, stress, communication, right information to others, schedules, goal setting, list and organizers. A doctor, how he or she manages patient with chronic disease, the symptoms, physical and social consequences, and lifestyle changes. So these are all self management skills in different environment. This shows the this shows the quality that makes a teacher, an employee, a patient more productive in their daily routines. So let us see, first point is a describe the meaning and importance of self management. So first point, what is the meaning of self management? So it is very interesting that uh, due to this syllabus we will just know about how to manage ourselves, or what is the self confidence, etc. So let us see, self management is defined as an individual skill to control feelings, emotions, and activities. This plays a decisive role in our personal and professional life. The process by which an individual manages himself and do the daily task or coordinate among others successfully. Next definition, it is about making a choice to do more than you need to, and it is a great skill to build for life and work. It includes a broad range of skills, qualities, attitudes, and the experience. Then the next point, it refers to long-term plan and how we handle ourselves or work towards reaching the goal. So it is a really an important way to grow as a person, not just in the workplace. Then it includes some or all of the following: being able to analyze your situation, identifying strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, identifying resources and sources of support, managing your time, adopting attitudes that supports your aim, making a solution focused approach to managing problems, managing your own emotions, coping when in distress, managing change, uncertainty, and confusion. So it is about what is the self management. So we have seen meaning. So it is very important. If you are become able to manage this thing, then you will be a great person or a very successful person in your life. So let us see the section 2. It is important of self management skill. So it makes us more organized and it becomes easier to work. With skills, you get a chance to work better and have a better chance of being successful in life. It will lead to career growth, be at a professional level or at a personal level. It improves better communication skills. It helps you to give more productive output and value to the organization. It makes us motivated and pushes us to give our best. It makes us understand what we need the most and how we should divide our time and energies so that the best possible result can be achieved. If gives you the confidence to control all situations, and success or failure of your task depends on you and how you manage your time. Then it also makes you take responsibility and be a better person in a general. So it is about second session. It is a why self management skills is important. So it is very important. Due to this, it will make a more responsible person and a good person or a better person. Then the session number 3 is a self management skills and its components. So it is a very important. Now we will see which are those components or which are those skills which are required to become a successful people. So first one, self control and self confidence. So when you think that there are many types of people, one type is those who have control on uh, their emotions or their confidence, and some are there which are depends on anybody else for taking any decision. So let us see a self control and self confidence. So it is the ability to believe in yourself and trust your own judgments. Self confident people tend to see their lives in a positive way and they face their fears head on. This skill is especially useful in the workplace when it comes to problem or difficult tasks. For example, you have been asked to do certain work by tomorrow. As a self-confidence individual, you do not need to stress out about it. You should control yourself. You should carefully evaluate the work and make a decision. Self confidence also gives others confidence in you. If your boss knows that you are sure yourself, the boss may trust more on you. This trust makes you a valuable part of a work team in the said organization. So, self confidence comes from sources like from within yourself, from others, and from your achievements. So, when you achieve more and more things, you will get more and more confidence. For example, suppose while studying your mathematics or while studying your programming, for writing first program or for solving first problem, you will take some time and you have some stress. But once you solve that problem or once you do that program, then you will get a confidence. By using that confidence, you can solve next problem or next program very fastly and very confidently. So three things are important for self control and self confidence. Is comes from within yourself, from others, and from your achievements also. Next one, self awareness. So is a valuable skill that few truly master. It takes year of efforts to achieve, so start working on it today. Understanding the causes of your own behavior is an extremely important skill to have. For that, ask others to judge you. At first, you may not like what you hear, but try to realize what other people think about you. This may guide you better for your good. So self awareness means you need to know about what the people think about yourself or about your actions. Next one is a self development. It is all about expanding your horizons, and that comes with responsibilities. Take it, own it, and develop yourself. When you slip up, accept it and move forward. Self motivation, it is a very important thing. So nowadays you can see there are so many motivation speakers are there, or so many motivational books are there. But I realize that when you are self motivated, then you don't need about any other resources to improve yourself. So always remain self motivated. So self motivation is one of the most powerful force that drives you to do things and to achieve success in business and personal life. Some of them are: know yourself and think positively, to find and list your needs and desires, find different sources of motivation and inspirations like music, book, activities, stay with positive people and keep learning, live fully with the present moment, dare to have a big dream, dream often every day, track your progress, learn from mistake, remember that nothing is impossible. Next point is a positivity. So nowadays this concept is means rare, because so many peoples are there which are not remain positive in each and every situation. So it is also one type of a key which will make you success people. So always you remain in positivity. So positivity must come from inside in order to be seen on the outside. Motivate yourself to achieve them with a constant stream of positivity. Refuse to all negativity into your mind. As you complete your goal, you will start to see snowball effect. Keep your eyes on the end goal and do something every day to get one step closer. Don't be too hard on yourself and always acknowledge your success. Project your positivity onto those around you and build a positive environment at work and at a home. So uh, initiative is being able to work without always being told what to do. You can show initiative by thinking for yourself and taking action when needed. It means apply your brain to start work first. Initiative requires self beliefs because you need flexibility and motivation to go out of your way to solve problem or to do things without being reminded or asked. So it means always you try to uh, take initiative for any work, because once you take initiative your work will completed half, because it is very important to taking initiative in case of bigger companies or in case of bigger organizations. They are asking about for initiative, means they just tell that there is a project and who wants to complete that project. So in that case, so many normal people think that when a manager or when boss tell me that you do, then and then only I will do. But there are some rare people who just stand up and tell that sir, I am able to do this or I will do this. So it comes under initiative. So always you try to take initiative. In schools also you can for solving problem or for giving any answer, you just take initiative. It is a starting of initiative, and once you get habit of initiative, you will uh, get this very importantly. Next one, productivity. The best path towards higher productivity is to manage your downtime. It's impossible to operate 100% capacity all the time. Proper planning and time management is the key to getting the most out of your day. If you are losing if you are losing focus or failing to make progress, switch task and come back later. Then the next one is a stress management. It is very important. So stress has basically our initial reaction and thinking about an effective way to deal with situation. So before a decision, take any time to relax, breathe and think. So there are some stress relieving techniques can help to boost your output. Start exercising, take walk in nature, eat healthy and nutritious food, get enough sleep, kick your bad or stupid habits, stay away from conflicts, be clear on requirements, listen to music, change your surrounding. If you are sick, stay home, consume less caffeine and sugar. If you are at workplace, talk to your supervisor, go to vacations and holidays with the people you love, do hobbies and take time to do activities that you love the most. So it these are the some techniques to manage your stress. Next one, take responsibility. Taking responsibility for your action is the first step towards true self management. So it is also very important. Next one, organization. So if you are organized in life and work, it means you can plan your time and the things you have to do. Next one, accountability. It is also very important. Accountability and responsibility are similar, but they don't mean the same thing. For example, a teacher in school could give you responsibilities for a task, but you could still look for someone else to blame if it all goes wrong. Or you could decide not to put the efforts in because you don't really care about the result. Accountability means it is a one type of responsibility, or it is important. Next one, let us know few tips about self management skills for job interviews. Study about the interview location and travel time in advance, so you get the plenty of time with no need to rush. Dress appropriately for the interview. Inquire about company in advance. Think of concrete example where you were organized and manage yourself that you can talk about in the interview. Next point is identity, the factors that help in building self confidence. First one, factors that help in building self confidence. First one, physical appearance, attitude, body language, eye contact, position in life, motivation, grooming, communications, speech, non-verbal signs, and mood. So all the these appraisals related to three key factors of self-confidence are social, cultural, and the physical factor. So let us see these three factors. Social factor, we all want people to like us, but for that to happen, we have to improve our self social confidence among them. To improve your social skills, we have to invest time in them. Practice makes perfect, even for the social secure. Social factors are things that affect lifestyle, such as a religion, family, or wealth. These can change over time. By surrounding yourself with others, you create a rich supply of opportunities to observe interactions and to improve upon your own social behavior. Next one is a cultural factor. It is a lifeblood of a vibrant society, expressed in the many ways we tell our stories, celebrate, remember the past, entertain ourselves, and imagine the future. So, physical factor, exercise for a powerful effect on confidence. Regular exercise releases relax mental stress, and body and brain work properly. This brings a type of pleasurable state of mind, and in turn, you will view yourself in a more positive light. Then, other than these three factors, there are number of things you can do to build your confidence. Some of them are just small changes to your frame of mind. So see which are those. So preparing for your journey, talk yourself up, get a hobby, avoid arrogance, set some goal, always play to your strength, improve your weaknesses, be positive, look at what you have already achieved, visualize yourself as you want to be, think of thing you are good at, see problem as opportunities, learn to stay relaxed and friendly, think and talk well of your health, use positive self talk throughout the day, provide warmth, kindness, and friendship to others, stay away from negativity and bring on the positivity. Don't accept failure and get rid of the negative voices in your head. Be in a control of your thought. A thought is an answer to the question you pose yourself. Use positive questions. Learn from the past and move on. It's happened. Use substrate words that really relate to your feeling. Improve your body language. Look at others and how we judge them. Don't be a sheep. Change your body language and image, and many more. So here we have finished self management skill topic. So it is very important for a current and as well as for a future also. Thank you.